Abike Dabiri Erewa faces backlash for retweeting racist slurs against Igbos. Abike Dabiri Erewa, serving as the chairperson of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Ndi Igbo, and a notable government official, bears a considerable responsibility in advocating for the welfare, reputation, and unity of all Nigerians living abroad. Her position necessitates impartiality, an awareness of ethnic diversity, and a dedication to promoting national unity instead of deepening divisions. Nevertheless, her choice to retweet a message on September 25, 2025, from Whale S. Akarele at S1D, which labels critics, who are largely viewed as Igbo, with terms such as monkeys, animals, and children of gorilla history, is not only reckless, but also extremely harmful. This act of endorsement, accompanied by a mere series of laughing emojis, effectively supports and normalizes profoundly racist and dehumanizing rhetoric, thus betraying her responsibilities as a public servant and jeopardizing Nigeria's delicate ethnic balance. Dabiri Erewa has used her platform with over 1 million followers on X to seemingly promote a targeted ethnic slur directed at Ndi Igbo. The original post's mention of gorilla history invokes colonial-era stereotypes that have historically been employed to belittle Africans. This is not simply a matter of jest. It constitutes a form of hate speech that continues to reinforce the othering of an entire ethnic group, depicting them as fundamentally ungrateful and subhuman. As a Yoruba woman occupying a prominent federal position in Nigerian government, her endorsement poses a risk of exacerbating inter-ethnic tensions in a country already marred by historical conflicts, such as the Biafra-Nigerian War, 1967-1970, during which such rhetoric played a role in inciting unimaginable atrocities. Ndi Igbo, the foremost socio-cultural organization representing the Igbo, has appropriately denounced this as indicative of a disturbing trend of ethnic profiling and prejudiced treatment, directed specifically at Ndi Igbo both at home and abroad. In a statement issued on September 4, 2025, they charged Dabiri Erewa with utilizing her social media platforms to magnify slanderous posts that depicted the Igbo as caricatures to national and international audiences, insisting on her prompt apology or dismissal by President Bola Tinubu. This incident is not isolated. Dabiri Erewa has faced prior backlash for actions perceived as ethnically biased, such as naming 5 Igbo origin suspects in a 2019 Dubai robbery case, which critics argued was intended to stereotype Igbos as criminals. Her retweet continues this trend, suggesting a disregard for the dignity of Nigerians from other ethnic backgrounds. Dabiri Erewa's mandate at Ndi Igbo is to advocate for Nigerians abroad, regardless of tribe, and to counter negative stereotypes that harm the diaspora community. By endorsing content that dehumanizes a specific ethnic tribe, she contradicts this mission. Nigerians in the diaspora, including Ndi Igbo, who contribute immensely to remittances, over $20 billion annually to Nigeria's economy, face xenophobia and discrimination globally. Amplifying slurs like monkeys only emboldens such prejudices, potentially endangering Ndi Igbo abroad by painting them as perpetual troublemakers. Past controversies, such as her 2022 Twitter spat, where she called a critic ode, fool, and generalized Nigerians in Indonesia as drug peddlers and cultists, highlight a pattern of unprofessional inflammatory engagement that erodes trust in her office. As a former journalist and lawmaker, she should know better that social media posts from public officials are not private opinions, but official endorsements that shape public discourse. This retweet is a breach of decency and professionalism, especially in a multi-ethnic nation like Nigeria, where leaders are expected to model unity. It insults the intelligence of Nigerians and exposes Dabiri Erewa to accusations of complicity in ethnic demonization, much like the IPOB Media and Publicity Secretary Emma Powerful has criticized in recent statements. President Tinubu must hold her accountable, perhaps through a public reprimand or suspension, to reaffirm zero tolerance for hate speech from appointees. Dabiri Erewa owes an unreserved apology to Ndi Igbo, clarifying that her retweet was a lapse in judgment and committing to inclusive communication henceforth. Failure to do so risks deepening the ethnic fault lines that threaten Nigeria's stability. Public figures like her must rise above pettiness. Anything less is a betrayal of the trust placed in them. Family Writers Press International.